sponsored by Captain Morgan. Drink responsibly. Captain's orders. Greg Jennings and Mark Schlereth in for Whitlock and Wiley. TJ Hushmanzada and Jason McIntyre are back. Marcellus may not be here with us, but we've got another big ugly here to handle that dudes for us. Big Stink, what you got?
I think we got that big pretty. Let's shuffle off.
You know what? I said that.
Okay. Let's shuffle off to Buffalo, where the ultimate Buffalo soldier plays. 13 seasons in the league, and you know what? When your defensive tackle, nose guard, gets to his last game, he announces it. Go ahead, get him the ball a little bit. Let's celebrate Kyle Williams right here. Nice stance, flat back. That's always good. Could have played offensive line. Now watch the Buffalo. Go ahead. That's Cameron Wake. Wham! Just knock him down. Put him on the ground right there. Now look at the route. What do you think? TJ, what do you think of that route? Greg, a little flat route right there.
Could have used a little better swim move, but he caught the ball.
Real smooth, though, when he catches the turn. Trying to throw the that's not too bad for that dude there. I love it. I love it. That's Kyle Williams. How about we go up to Seattle and Frank Clark? I'm telling you what, the get-off this guy has on the defensive line of scrimmage is awesome. But we used to call this offensive lineman, we call that the ninja move. And you know who it reminds me of? When you throw the ninja, that back arm, you catch somebody in the back of the helmet. Reminds me of this guy right here, Dwight Freeney. The ageless Dwight Freeney, even late in his career, he can still put you in the spin cycle right there, throw the ninja on the back helmet. On the backside of you. Now watch Holden here. Watch the get off up the field first. That sets up the offensive lineman. He's got to jump out there. Now watch that hand and that back arm catch you right in the ear hole right there and pull yourself through with that back arm spin move, the ninja right there. That puts Holden straight up in the spin cycle. Holden, you should have done what your last name said, and you should have Holden, right? Because you ain't blocking that guy. That is a beautiful, beautiful execution and move by Frank Clark. And then let's go to number one, who I think is the best football player in the National Football League, and that is Aaron Donald. This dude is a straight-up freak show. I want you to watch the get-off. First off, he's 2 yards into the backfield before anybody else is even off the line of scrimmage, beats the back and the quarterback to the junction point right there. This dude's got a rocket on his back. He's like Bevo. You know, remember Bevo? And yesterday, the video Bevo, the Texas mascot right there? And these guys are a bunch of matadors right there, a bunch of Uggas on here. He comes off the ball. Look at the speed off the ball. Look at the penetration right there. Beats the quarterback and running back to the junction point. And now if a big wind blows up, watch McGlinchey right there. He'd take off. He'd be like a kite. It'd be like Mary Poppins. He'd be out of the stadium right there. Big gust of wind blew. That's Aaron Donald. I'm telling you what, to me, the best football player in the National Football League, bar none. And that is that dude's dude.
That dude is special. And that dude right there is very special. Appreciate you, Mark.
Yeah.
Let's return now to Dallas, where it looked like the Cowboys' turnaround in the second half of the season would be enough to save Jason Garrett's job. But now Adam Schefter says Garrett's future in Dallas isn't a given. If anything goes badly this weekend against Seattle on Saturday, it could be and we can all understand why. I just completely botched that, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
Garrett has been in Dallas head coach since 2010, and has just one playoff win. Not exactly the renaissance Jerry Jones was hoping for this decade. Mark, does Jason Garrett need a win to save his job?
Yeah, well, you know what's interesting about this? I mean, you certainly need a good performance. Maybe not a win, but you certainly have to have a good performance. But I think the thing that's interesting to me is Jason Garrett has never truly been empowered to be the head coach of this team. Like, he's been appointed, but he's never truly been empowered. And I think about this with the Dallas Cowboys right now. If there was an opening, if they decided that, hey, Jason Garrett has gotten us as far as Jason Garrett's going to get us, and we've seen this before from a player standpoint. We saw it in Minnesota. Hey, you know what? When we looked at the quarterback situation in Minnesota last year, Case Keenum's only going to get us to this point. We've got to get somebody else in there to get us over the top, to break through that kind of quote-unquote glass ceiling. If you feel like Jason Garrett has gotten you as high or as far as he can get you, and he can't get you a playoff win, right now, if they bounced Jason Garrett out of Dallas, where would they be on the hierarchy of best jobs available, right? They'd be right there with Green Bay. They'd be right there. When you look at the talent, maybe the best young linebacking core in football, a great defensive front four, really good back end, one of the best offensive lines in football, the best back in the National Football League from a pure running standpoint. He's got an all-star wide receiver. They would be right there with Cleveland and Green Bay as the best jobs. And by the way, big market, a team with a ton of money, a ton of money to spend in the cap. I think they might become the #1 destination for any of these head coaches that are out there.
When I look at this situation, I look at it as a fire pit where that little pilot is always on. That fireplace pilot is always on, and this win could eliminate that or it could ignite it. And for me, I don't think that he has to get a win in order for his job to be saved. I think when you look at the grand scheme of everything that's going on in Dallas, the personnel that they've assembled, it
sense, buddy. I mean, is he in trouble or not? I'm telling you, if they get blown out here, I don't think they will. I like Dallas in this game. But despite how close Garrett is to Jerry Jones, you hear all the stories, you read the articles, they're tight. I mean, Jerry thinks of him like a son. That's how long they've been together. But you do wonder if this is a 27-6 game and Jason Garrett's floundering in the red zone. We talked about that earlier. I do think he could get fired. I would put it about 25% chance that he's fired if they get blown out. 25%. That's a number. I put a number on it.
Because you put a number on it.
Yes, that's much more than
now. Is this job attractive to the top upper echelon head coaches? Because you know Jerry Jones is going to micromanage you. It's attractive from a talent standpoint and the personnel that they have, but is it attractive to where I can coach the team how I want to coach it and not have somebody over my shoulder telling me what to do and what not? I'm the coach. Is it attractive from that perspective? If they get blown out, he needs to go. They have the better roster. If he gets blown out, you got Jerry Jones looking at it from this perspective. I have a really good team. We need to do something now. If he can't do this, I need to get somebody in here that can.
But does it take them getting blown out? Either they're with him or they're not moving forward. Does it take him needing to get blown out?
His playoff losses are to Aaron Rodgers in an all-time performance. That final drive was incredible. And now you got Russell Wilson, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You just said top 5 quarterback in the league. I want to quickly address the opening. I'm telling you, I know Lincoln Riley said, "Oh, I'm happy at Oklahoma. This is a Texas guy." And as you said, this is a perfect roster right here. You got players at every position that matters. I do believe Lincoln Riley would listen if Jerry Jones called him off the loss.
I mean, he's young enough to where he can be micro. There's no established coach will go in there and say, "All right, Jerry,
if you're not giving Bill Parcells full control of your organization, right? You're not giving anybody full control."
But there's only 32 of these in the world. And so being a head coach in the NFL is something special. So it's going to be hard for anybody to turn them down.
And remember, Jerry's given him a lot of leeway here, okay? Cleveland, which you said is attractive, and no doubt that roster's sick. Their owner, their situation, I mean, they're firing coaches at the drop of a hat the last 5 years. A lot of organizations are like that. Like Arizona just fired a coach after 1 year. I know he was bad, but I think Jerry's almost undervalued as a place to go here, given the roster.
So we're not giving him no chance to really work with Amari Cooper because he did acquire Amari Cooper late.
He had like 9 games, Greg.
And that's when you acquire him late, man. This is football. Football is universal. Put in some schemes, be creative, and let's go. It don't take a whole offseason.
I understand that, but we're holding them to what happened before getting Amari Cooper as well. That's what their record is going to place them. The things that transpired before acquiring Amari Cooper and then what acquired after Amari Cooper got there, it was a different story.
So go win this game then.
You're right. So that's what I'm saying. Does it require them to not get blown out for my job to be saved if I'm Jason Garrett?
It's either you win or you lose. You can't lose ugly. You don't want to be losing to where we turn the TV like, oh, this game is over. You can't have that type of loss.
Well, people might stick around to watch Jerry Jones in the box up top be very angry when Jason Garrett's blowing the game in the fourth quarter.
Stop it. Coming up, Jerry Rice, the GOAT, says he wants the 49ers to trade for Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham Jr. We'll tell you who we'd rather have. That's coming up next.